Hello and welcome to part 4 of my Pay Me What I'm Worth journey. This is Carma Spence of carmaspence.com. In this episode we're covering chapter 3, which is called Why Are You Worth It? And it's probably the first chapter where I'm starting to experience some let's just call it resistance. In the audio that comes along with this chapter, which you can find for free at the URL below, Soul Dancer, the author of Pay Me What I'm Worth, talks a little bit about what he calls the comparison monster. And he expresses that comparing yourself to others, whether favorably or unfavorably, doesn't really get to your worth at all. Because when you compare yourself to others, there's a certain form of judgment. You're either judging yourself, like I am not worthy, or you're judging the other person, they are not worthy. And either way, it's bad. But he also talks a little bit about comparing yourself to yourself. And I experience a little bit of resistance here because on the one hand, I kind of understand what he's getting at. Comparing yourself to yourself can get tricky because you are in constant flux. You are constantly changing. But I also experience resistance because, let me put it this way. If someone asked me, so why are you worth how much you're charging? I would automatically say that I bring a certain amount of skills and experience to the table. That's what makes me worth what I'm worth. I come to any given experience or work with a history that has helped mold me into the person I am today. So, would I be worth this much 2 years ago? No, because in the last 2 years I've grown. So, on the one hand, I could see how comparing yourself to yourself could be a bad thing, and I could see how constantly depending on your history can become a crutch. However, I think there's some validity as well to saying that you come to anything with experience. Experience helps us grow. The other piece of resistance I experienced in this chapter was with the exercise, which I actually find kind of interesting because in a way I've done this. The exercise involves finding someone who does something that's similar to what you do or what you want to do, and interviewing them. And I say I've done this because when I was in my 20s, I did these like job shadow kind of interviews where I talked to people that were doing something that I thought I wanted to do. And it really helped me discover whether I really wanted to do it. In fact, the most memorable one is that my stepfather played basketball with I believe he was the head of facilities at LucasArts. And just the whole idea of working for anything Lucas was just really thrilling to me because I've been a Star Wars fan since I was 10? And I had lunch with him and I just sort of grilled him about what it was like to work at LucasArts. What are they looking for in employees? And what I discovered was that although I think I would have fit into the culture, there was really no job there for what I was interested in doing. So it was a worthwhile experience. The thing is, doing this kind of thing takes a lot of time and it takes effort and you're going to get rejected. And there's a part of me that goes do I really want to do this? Yeah. This is where the meat starts getting to the point where you can't just cut it with a fork. You need a little bit of a knife. And I can see the value and I look forward to actually pushing myself beyond my resistance and getting the value that I know is here. And that's part of what this 12-week program that we're going to be doing is we're going to be, if you choose to join me, it's relatively inexpensive, only a small fee for 3 months. And for 12 weeks, we're going to dive into each chapter of the book. We're not necessarily going to do the exercises, but we're going to read each chapter and discuss them and experience what our own resistance are, see what the different perspectives are, and Soul's going to be there with us. He's going to be co-facilitating the class, and I really encourage you to go to this URL right now and sign up to be a part of this class. I know you'll find value, you'll find your worth, and you'll be one step, if not several steps closer to stepping into and owning your awesome.